What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including breaking news as R-Truth has been released by WWE, Ric Flair facing major backlash from fans, do Mercedes Moné and Zelina Vega have heat, a WWE running too many shows, who's really behind the WWE AEW war, is Gunther making a huge change, Carlito wins a title, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at breaking news as R-Truth has been released by WWE. Now, unfortunately, in incredibly shocking news, R-Truth took to X today to formally announce that he's been released from WWE. He posted on X saying, "I'm sorry to inform you all, I just got released from WWE. I want to thank WWE for the ride, but mostly I want to thank each and every one of you who was along for the ride. Thank you for all the love, support and appreciation you have given me over the years. Thank you." Now, a lot of the fans were assuming that Truth was just joking, saying that he missed April Fool's Day, but in the minutes that followed, Fightful Select confirmed that Truth has indeed been released from the company and will leave when his deal expires. Now, this comes as a huge shock. Quite frankly, I'll never understand WWE's logic. They have wrestlers on TV who are featured in big matches and then just almost suddenly release them. R-Truth definitely isn't the first one who's been featured on TV and then just released out of nowhere. Another one that comes to mind was Braun Strowman. Now, R-Truth is the one saying thank you to us, but we're the ones who truly should be saying thank you to him. We can't think of another superstar who's been funnier than R-Truth. He's been so funny that he's literally broken wrestlers right on television, including that time when he managed to make even Brock Lesnar break. What an amazing guy, and he will genuinely be sorely missed from WWE. It's kinda crazy to think that this wasn't just John Cena's farewell tour, this was actually R-Truth's as well. I guess that merchandise that R-Truth made as a joke towards Cena on the Saturday night's main event matchup turned out to be real. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful also mentioned a lot of shock and disbelief within the WWE roster over R-Truth not being brought back. WWE stars including Rhea Ripley only had positive things to say about R-Truth's farewell. She mentioned, "In all seriousness, this is literally so heartbreaking. Thank you, Truth." Next up, Ric Flair facing major backlash. Now, our top story today takes a look at the latest drama surrounding Ric Flair, an incredibly offensive tweet that the Nature Boy posted on X last night. As we all know, the legendary Jim Ross was recently diagnosed with colon cancer. Fans and wrestlers have been sharing their well wishes towards JR, however, Flair decided to post the most insensitive post imaginable on X, saying, "Jim Ross will always be Jim Ross, seeking attention. Focus on your recovery, Jim Ross." Flair ended up deleting his post and issuing up a follow-up message. The backlash was instant and severe, and rightly so. To accuse a man of attention seeking for having cancer is truly insane. Fans theorized that either Flair was hacked or he was just extremely drunk when he posted this. Now, it later surfaced that it was neither, and Flair would claim that he was, well, joking. If you can't take a joke from a 76-year-old man, then you're living life too seriously. It was all harmless, light-hearted fun, just trying to make people laugh and smile. The original tweet directed at JR has since been deleted. Not sure what the joke really was, but it could be towards a recent article of Jim Ross calling out Ric Flair for taking credit for his marriage. Flair would also delete a tweet featuring a bizarre consent contract that equally confused fans. It seems that Flair is the one clearly trying to get attention, but to gain that attention in such a wild and tasteless manner is simply not appropriate. Next up, do Zelina Vega and Mercedes Moné have heat towards each other? For the past few years, there's been rumors that Zelina Vega and Mercedes Moné aren't on good terms. These rumors predominantly come from the prior comments made about Vega and Vega allegedly mocking Moné on WWE television. The current WWE Women's US Champion has finally addressed these rumors, and during a new interview with Ring the Bella, Vega explained that there were never any issues between the two. "So when it comes to me and Mercedes, we never had any beef. That's what's so funny. Back in the day, I had done an interview which I remember talking to Naomi about this a long time ago. I was like, it'd be really cool to get, cause I'd known her prior for a while. So it was like to get it like a thing with her. Like hopefully we can get into something in WWE. Like my brain was, I needed to get to WWE any way possible. She's one of the top girls. I want to get in the ring with her. She's dope. I want to do this." She was cool with it. Vega would add that Moné trains with her cousin, which according to her is a clear sign that she has no animosity towards her. But no, none of us have ever had any beef. It's so funny to me. I'm the common denominator between all of the beef, apparently. I'm just like, well, she trains with my cousin. Like what? Like they're trying to find any little thing. Like if I genuinely hated somebody, do you think I'd be cool with that? Hopefully these latest comments deter the rumors that the two have any genuine heat against each other. Next up are WWE running too many shows. Since WrestleMania 41, there's been extensive criticism directed towards WWE for having too many shows. Between traditional PLEs and Saturday Night's main event, there is literally a show every 2 weeks. This means that nothing is getting a chance to breathe, and key events such as Money in the Bank are being forced to be built up on 2 episodes of Raw and SmackDown. But it's not just the fans who are calling WWE out, as Meltzer stated that everything in WWE is just starting to feel the same. Speaking on a recent Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer stated, "They're running so many big shows now that everything's starting to feel the same. Like Backlash in France looked amazing, the crowd was insane, the presentation was top tier, but when you actually watched it, it didn't feel like anything really happened that mattered long term. It looked cool, but it was inconsequential. And then you got Worlds Collide coming up, which is used to be treated as this sort of special crossover event. Now it just feels like filler between Backlash and Money in the Bank. It's hard to make every show feel like a must-watch when there's one every 2 or 3 weeks." I managed to sum up the feelings of fans by stating that the stakes of the event aren't landing because there's another event just around the corner. WWE is doing a great job making everything look big, but not everything feels big. That's the risk when you oversaturate the calendar with events. The stakes don't land because there's always another one right round the corner. Unfortunately, WWE aren't set to scale back their shows anytime soon. The summer months are extremely stacked, and over one weekend in July, they're set to broadcast multiple events with 2 of them taking place on one day. It's unknown why exactly WWE are insisting on doing so many events so close together. Interestingly, later in the year, the calendar is looking rather sparse. After July Saturday Night's main event special, there is just one contracted special left. This final special is rumored to take place in Boston in December and will reportedly feature the final match, a WWE legend John Cena. Next up, who's really behind the WWE AEW war? In 2025, there's been a clear focus from WWE to counter-program AEW. The WWE are purposely putting on shows to rival AEW, and according to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, this is exclusively a Nick Khan call. This is all Nick Khan. These counter shows, these schedule overlaps, these hit pieces, that's Khan's department. He sees AEW as competition and he wants to keep them boxed in, but they're going overboard now. WWE are doing extremely well as a business, and there's truly no need to counter-program AEW in the way they're doing currently. Where there being a lot of negative feedback to a lot of key WWE creative calls this year, it will make more sense for them to focus on making their product better rather than trying to counter-program everything AEW does. They're spending so much money on something that's not even effective. I mean, do you really need to run the Great American Bash opposite All In? Or plan a dozen stories just to tweak perception? You've already won in terms of market share. It comes off as petty. People are starting to see the WWE as a big bully. They're not just beating AEW, they're trying to humiliate them. And that makes the underdog look more sympathetic, and honestly, I don't think it's helping. AEW's audience is loyal. If anything, WWE's making them look like the bad guy in the fight they've already won. WWE counter-programming AEW would be a fascinating question to throw out Triple H, potentially at a post-PLE press conference. However, it's likely that Triple H and any official name from WWE would deny that they're trying to sabotage AEW, and they would no doubt just simply state that they're exclusively focused on WWE. Next up, Gunther making a huge change. Could former world champion Gunther be teasing a character change? This weekend, Gunther decided to wipe out all of his posts on X from the past 3 years. The posts on his accounts now begin from 2022, and what does that really mean exactly? It could be a possible sign that Gunther is going to address on TV that he needs to go back to how he was in 2022. That was when he was Intercontinental Champion and was virtually untouchable in the ring. Gunther is set to face Jey Uso for the world title on Raw following Money in the Bank, and it's been heavily rumored that this match is going to be used to set up a showdown between Gunther and WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. Next up, a WWE star wins gold. A Judgment Day member Carlito is now a title holder outside of WWE. Last night, at World Wrestling Council Summer Madness event, Carlito took on Ray Gonzalez and successfully won the WWC Puerto Rico title. The former US and Intercontinental Champion is now the 4th member of the Judgment Day to currently hold gold as he joins Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez. The idea of a contracted WWE wrestler competing for another title in a different promotion is only possible due to TKO. In the old era of WWE, Vince would have never allowed something like this to occur, but thankfully TKO have realized that allowing talent to explore opportunities like this is only going to boost talent morale. And finally, backstage confusion over a WWE PLE. Our final story today takes a look at the backstage reaction to the announcement of the return of the Evolution PLE. After months of speculation, WWE have finally announced that Evolution will be returning in July. However, the backstage reaction is one of surprise. Fightful Select is reporting that the majority of WWE's female talent only learned about the return of the event when the news went public. A select group of top-tier stars and one legendary name were made aware ahead of time, with that same name potentially set to feature on the card in some capacity. Additionally, Fightful Select are reporting that the internal reaction has been mixed. The reaction internally was actually mixed. There were some on the roster who understand what the show means, but took exception with the curtain call element of the first show, noting that it wasn't something WWE would have had men on the roster do. Another said that if the show underperforms against a Beyonce concert next door and the hotel prices likely increased, it'll be used as a catalyst to justify not doing it again. According to Fightful Select, one veteran in the locker room is excited for the show and is hopeful that many of the underutilized women get a chance to shine. One veteran expressed their excitement and said hopefully many of the women that don't get used often get an opportunity to shine. They also said that they're hoping that legends can be integrated with the newer talent to help build things. The talent specified WWE has to help build it for it to be a success. That's incredibly interesting that WWE kept the event under wraps for months. Talent including Charlotte Flair in a recent media interview seemed to have no idea if the event was returning, so even some of the main eventers were completely oblivious as to what was occurring. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.